Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Matthew's Sports Talk. Before I go on any further, I just want to address the elephant in the room. I know you guys have seen me wear this shirt the past couple of episodes. This is part of my pajama outfit. I like to wear my pajamas whenever I'm at home. It's relaxing, so if anyone was wondering about that, that's that. So let's get right into the Week 17 action. The NFL season is all wrapped up. Starting with the Minnesota Vikings today, they won 37-35. Slightly disappointing, but altogether, can't be very disappointed. I don't think there was much difference. Draft position wise. Sorry, I'm just pulling up the. Wait, that's right. Remember, this doesn't work in split screen mode. So, why is it not current standings? There you go. Taking its time, and in the meantime, let's just talk about what happened. This man right here, Justin Jefferson, setting the NFL rookie record for receiving yards. Hashtag offensive rookie of the year. This man right here, offensive rookie of the year. Justin Herbert can kiss my ass. So yeah. Offensive Rookie of the Year. If it doesn't happen, something's seriously wrong. And I'm very, very adamant about that. So, okay, I got it all loaded up now. Week 17. Oh shoot, it didn't do anything today. Okay, let me just fill this in really quickly. So yeah, after everything that happened today, Vikings now have the 14th overall pick. If they had lost today, they would have moved up to 12th. So like I said, not a big difference. 14 overall is fine. So don't get your knickers in a twist, Vikings fans. So yeah. Moving on from that, the Buffalo Bills smacked the Dolphins right out of the playoffs, 56-26. Oofda. Ravens clinched the playoff berth, winning 38-3 over the Bengals. The Browns. Congratulations, Cleveland Browns, winning 24-22 over the Steelers and clinching a playoff spot for the first time in 18 years. And actually, if you go to my rankings, because I actually saved the rankings I had at the start of the season, the Cleveland Browns are my most improved team of the season per my power rankings. So congratulations. They started the season at number 30, and they ended at number 11. So well done, Cleveland Browns. I'll get into my final power rankings later. But moving on. Patriots beat the Jets 28-14, but whoop. The Giants beat the Cowboys 23-19. Thank you, Giants, for keeping the Cowboys from having any chance at the playoffs. Buccaneers beat the Falcons 44-27. Packers secured the number 1 seed with a 35-16 win over the Bears. Raiders beat the Broncos 32-31. Colts beat the Jaguars 28-14. The Chargers beat the Chiefs, who did not start Mahomes or any, important starters, 38-21, so it doesn't really matter. The Rams beat the Cardinals without Jared Goff 18-7, so that's very impressive. Seahawks hang on and beat the 49ers 26-23. Saints beat the Panthers 33-7. Titans hold on and win the AFC South by beating the Texans 41-38. And then the game that just wrapped up minutes ago, the Washington football team at 7-9 wins the NFC East, beating the Philadelphia Eagles 20-14. So that's the scores for you. So now looking at the playoff scenario, like I said, Chiefs have the number 1 pick in the not the number 1 pick, the number 1 seed in the AFC. The Packers are number 1 in the NFC. So why not? Let's just go. Let's do my playoff predictions right here and now. So for the AFC, we got the Ravens at the Titans. The Titans haven't really played well the past couple weeks. They got pummeled by the Packers, and they barely held on and beat the Texans today. I think I have to go Ravens in that one. Then you got a rematch of today's game, Browns at the Steelers. The Steelers did sit Ben Roethlisberger, and yet the Browns barely hanging on. So, sorry Browns, I have to give that one to the Steelers. Then you got the Colts and the Bills, which should be a very, very interesting game. Be interesting to see how Colts defense matches up against the Bills offense. I'm going to give the Bills the slight advantage in that one. And then in the NFC, you got the Buccaneers at the Washington football team. It's going to be a close game. I think Washington's defense will make it interesting, but I'll give the Buccaneers the win there. You got Rams at Seahawks. Ugh. I mean, Rams, even with Goff, I can't. They've been so inconsistent this season. I have to give that one to the Seahawks. And then you got the Bears at the Saints, which is somewhat intriguing, but I give the Saints that one. That's probably the easiest pick I have for this. And then you got the AFC for the divisional round. You got the Steelers at the Bills. I'm going to give a slight advantage to the Bills, but I feel like the Steelers are better off right now when they played them against them last time, so they could make it interesting. But I'll give it to the Bills. And then I'll give I can't go against Mahomes. I have to choose Chiefs over the Ravens. You got the Seahawks and the Saints. Oofda. I have to say Saints. I mean, Seahawks defense has improved, but I don't think they'll be able to stop Breeze and Kamara and all of them. Then you got a rematch of the Buccaneers and the Packers, who earlier this season the Buccaneers absolutely pummeled the Packers. I mean, pretty much I don't know anyone else that would have cold weather experience other than Brady on that Buccaneers squad. It's a hard one. I have to go Packers, but by the slimmest of margin. And then you got the championship week. You got the Bills at the Chiefs. Like I said, I can't go against Mahomes. I have to go Chiefs. Then you got the Saints and the Packers. That is such a toss-up. Packers beat the Saints earlier this season in New Orleans. And, I just think the cold of Green Bay slows down running backs. Running backs that I should say are not used to the cold, like, when Derrick Henry and the Titans visit them in Week 16. I think the same thing's going to happen to Kamara. I have to say Packers. And then for the Super Bowl, we got a rematch of Super Bowl number 1. We got the Chiefs and the Packers. Like I said, I think the critical matchup, I think this game is going to be shootout either way, but I think the Chiefs and Mahomes their offense has an advantage over the Packers defense, so I have to go Chiefs. So my pick right now would be Chiefs over Packers in the Super Bowl. I know it looks pretty much like straight chalk. With the exception of I have both of the 5 seeds winning. I have the Buccaneers being Washington, and I have the Ravens being the Titans. So other than that, it's straight chalk. But hey, maybe I'll make another change in my predictions, but you never know. So yeah, let's get to the final NFL rankings of this season, shall we? So at number 1 is the Chiefs, and they were my number 1 preseason. So I mean, how much of a surprise is that, really? The Bills ended at number 2, so they were at number 10. I had preseason, so they went up 8 spots. Packers number 3, I had them at number 6 preseason. Seahawks and Saints pretty much switched positions. I had preseason, I had Saints 4, Seahawks 5, and now I have Seahawks 4, Saints 5. The Colts, preseason I had them at number 17, so they went up 11 spots to number 6. Ravens went down 5 to number 7. Buccaneers went up 1, big whoop. The Steelers, who I actually had preseason number 12, so they actually went up 3 spots. So Titans only went up 1, no surprise. Like I said, Cleveland Browns. I give a round of applause to the Cleveland Browns, most improved team. From my preseason rankings, went up 19 spots. So well done, Cleveland Browns. Rams went up 2 spots from my preseason, from number 14 to number 12. Round of applause also to the Miami Dolphins, going up from number 31 to number 13. The Bears went up 10 from number 24 to 14. Cardinals went up 5 to number 15 from number 20. Washington 6 up from 22. Raiders up 2 from number 19. My Minnesota Vikings. I had them preseason at number 8. In hindsight, I should have had them lower, but that's where I had them, and so then they finished at number 18, so down 10 spots. So not very good, not good. Patriots down 6 from number 13 to number 19. Chargers up 1, big whoop-de-doo. Giants up 5 from number 21 to number 26. From number 26 to number 21, up 5. The 49ers, not the biggest drop, but a very, very big drop. I had preseason, I had them at number 3. Now they finished at number 22. And realize this, they had to deal with a lot of injuries and a lot of stuff that happened. But considering this was a team that was in the Super Bowl last year, injuries aside, it's very disappointing that they didn't even get close to being playoff contenders. So, yeah, major, major bummer. Injuries aside. Cowboys start at number 16 and at number 23. Panthers start at number 18 and at number 24. Eagles start at number 15 and at number 25. Bengals started at 28, ended up at number 26. Lions started at number 29, ended up at number 27. The Texans, worst. Started at Texans at number 7, they end at number 28. 21 position drop. Now, a lot of things happen that I didn't anticipate. One, how much DeAndre Hopkins getting traded was going to be a factor. Like I said, worst trade ever in NFL history. And you know what? Bill O'Brien paid the price. So, there's that. And also, I think the Texans got screwed with their strength of schedule. They had so many good teams early on. It pretty much screwed them to the point where, they really couldn't do anything about it. So, yep, there's that. Broncos start at 25 and at number 29. Falcons start at 23 and at 30. The Jets start at 32 and at 31, not surprising. And the Jaguars start at 27 and end up at 32. So, I mean, looking at this, for the most part, there were a lot of improvements. I mean, there's not very many big improvements. I mean, like I said, biggest improvement being the Browns and also the Dolphins. So both of those teams, well done. I mean, sadly for the Dolphins, they didn't make the playoffs, but still, a big turnaround. Like I said, preseason I had them second to last. Now they're number 13, and I think the future is very, very bright. Same thing for the Browns. So, bravo to the Browns, especially, and also bravo to the Dolphins. So yeah, what else to talk about? Oh yeah, let me talk my fantasy teams. Oh, my fantasy season ends with a bummer. My championship team, my Minneapolis Skull Squad, ending just short, losing 272 to 247. There were some highlights, though, my final week. Deshaun Watson, 25.8 fantasy points. Jeff Wilson Jr., 23.8 fantasy points. My man Jefferson, 22.3 fantasy points. Emmanuel Sanders, 21.3. Rams defense, 21 fantasy points. I can't be unhappy with that. I mean, I did leave a few points on the bench, but, I mean, yeah, in hindsight, oh, shoot. I could have won this game, which is sad. If I started Claypool instead of Edmonds, that would have gained me 16 more fantasy points, which would have put me down by 9. And then Kirk Cousins would have wrapped it all up for me. So, that's fantasy for you, though. My other team, Minnesota Canes, did win, though, 261 to 191. But they were in the consolation bracket, so it didn't really matter much. Highlights from that one: Deshaun Watson, 25.8. Myles Gaskin, 17.7. I started Chase Claypool in that one, 21.1. Rams defense, 21. So, yeah. But, you know, that's fantasy sports for you. What else? Oh, yeah, we did have some basketball action, both collegiate and professional. The Wolves lost to the Nuggets 124 to 109, dropping them to 2-4. 4 straight losses. We need Karl Anthony Towns back badly. Because I believe he was still not... Yeah, he still wasn't playing. So... Cat, we need you. And then the Gophers men's basketball team won today over ranked Ohio State, 77 to 60. So the Gophers right now ranked number 21, have a 10-2 record, so they could probably climb a little bit in the rankings when they are released tomorrow. We shall see. So yeah. And then next week, I think sometime, pretty soon, I think the Wild get their season started. Yeah, Thursday the 14th, so 11 days from now. So it's going to be interesting to watch. Oh, Jesus. I see what the NHL is doing. It's pretty much all doubleheaders. Going to at the Canes 2 games to start the season, then you're at the Ducks for 2 games. At home against the Sharks, at home against the Kings for 2 games each, and then at home against Colorado for 2 games each to start off the month for this month. So, I mean, anything to make it easier rather than having to move around a whole lot, risking more COVID cases. So, anyway. So, yeah, that kind of concludes this episode of Matthew's Sports Talk. Probably make one more episode later on this week, probably on Thursday. Talk about the playoffs a little bit more, the NFL playoffs, and whatever else might be on my mind then. So, until then, this is Matthew signing off.